Hey, what's going on, everybody? This is the blockchain backer bringing you the latest cryptocurrency news and analysis. And today we're going to be talking about the total altcoin market cap chart because yesterday we had our weekly candle close, and I want to point to right here because there was a big deal that happened here. We're also going to talk about the Ripple XRP price chart, the Bitcoin price chart, and really kind of just peek our way around the crypto market to see how we're starting this week off. One of the big things that happened yesterday when we had our candle close for the weekly time frame is that we actually broke above all of the moving averages for the total altcoin market cap. Something really big going on here, and I did post about this on my Twitter yesterday, is that we have the convergence of all of our big three moving averages here on the weekly time frame. The green one is the 50-week moving average, and for those who don't know what that means, it means that we take the average pricing of the last 50 candle closes and it gives you that number right there, which is about 76 billion. If we do it for the 100-week moving average, it takes the last 100 weeks, averages the price, and we get right there at 77 billion. And then if you take the last 200 weeks or nearly 4 years, and what is the average price or the average total market cap for the altcoins over the last 4 years, and it comes out to about 77 billion. So we have the convergence of all of these moving averages on the short, medium, and long-term time frames telling us that the average pricing of this market at this exact time for the last 1, 2, 4 years is $77 billion. 2 weeks ago, we had a pretty big knockback in that region and we really had to battle it out through here. And then last week, we were able to break above and close our candle well above all three moving averages, giving us a little bit of a launch pad to start this week. So this is optimistic to see that we are now we've chosen what it appears to be is that we have chosen to the upside of all of these moving averages rather than bringing all the moving averages down. Hopefully we're just consolidating and starting to build our way back up. One thing to keep an eye on right now is that we still are in a retracement for the total altcoin market cap. We talked about this prior to the last fall, and we're in the same position again. The altcoins have not cleared above the retracement levels, so in all technical reasoning right here, we are still just retracing for altcoins. It has not proven that it is doing bullish breakouts yet. I do know that a lot of the optimism has returned back to this market. We are no longer in the extreme fear. We're not seeing the calls for XRP to go to 6 cents, XRP to go to 8 cents. It does appear most of those people have returned back into the market here right below the major resistance level. We have to get above all of this. We have to clear really over $93 billion for the total altcoin market cap. And just for safety, it would be really nice if we got above 100 billion just so we can really start kind of putting those rocket ships and those rocket boots on. But right now, we're still stuck underneath all of this. So we need to remain still cautiously optimistic, but being very well aware of where we really are. So while the weekly time frame does look great, we still have a big resistance right there to clear, and that's going to be about 93 to 100 billion for the total altcoin market cap. As for XRP, nothing has changed from last week. We are still stuck right here in the middle of this range that we're looking at, which is going to be right about here. So still near the dead middle of this thing. Nothing has changed in my forecast for that. Still expecting it more likely that it comes back down and touches 17.5 cents and then it'll break above the 200-day moving average. But we just have to sit and wait and see and be patient to see which way it's going to play. We don't have any way to know. I mean, really the only way I can find any information is maybe looking at the 1-hour time frame and saying, okay, well, we've gotten above these moving averages. We're holding some support here. Maybe we are going to choose to the upside, but instead of choosing 17.5 and then going to the upside. Either way, I expect that we will go to the upside. It's just how is the short-term path going to be to get there? And we just have to wait and see. So the options are that A, we come back down and touch 17.5 cents. And then we come our way back up above the moving average of the 200-day moving average, and then we bull flag, and then we continue even higher. Or maybe we don't even make the move down, and we just go straight on up. Just from a technical standpoint, the most logical thing to me would be that we do come down here first. But we'll just have to wait and see what the market decides to do. So I get it. Nothing really exciting to say here about XRP, but that's because nothing has happened with the price. We're still right there where we were. The only thing we can say is that on the 1-hour time frame, the short-term time frame, well, I mean, it looks like there's something going on here. Does the 1-hour time frame trump the 4-hour time frame? I don't think so. But from the 1-hour time frame, if you're looking for something kind of optimistic on the short term, well, there you go. looks good to me. But really, it's more so focusing on this 1 day time frame, the daily time frame, and really getting above this one right here. We still need to clear above about 22.2. And really, I mean, what you're really looking for is not just that we go up and pierce 22.2, but really that we actually just get through it, and then you see a clear break above it. And then you can come back and kind of test it and mess around and then go. As for Bitcoin, still just a wacky, wild chart waiting for a direction to get chosen here. I'm not even going to pretend to be able to forecast how this one's going to play out. Uh, I mean, there's a million different things that could happen right here on this Bitcoin price chart. In the end, it appears to be bullish. Does that require more consolidation? Possibly, but also possibly not, right? I mean, we can take these previous patterns, play them on top of each other, and see how did it do when it got here. You could see let's pretend we're doing something like that, right? You could see how this actually played out. It still had, even if it broke to the upside, it came back down and consolidated. And this thing was moving fast, right? So this is incredibly bullish, but these consolidation levels, these range levels can be so wacky and wild. And clearly we're in a range level. So picking out how that range is going to play itself out perfectly, very, very difficult. So we're just kind of waiting for the consolidation to kind of finish its way up. Whether or not it's going to break out up top, then come back down, or if it's just going to break out and go, we'll have to see together. As many of you know, I'm a huge silver guy. Silver has had a really big push up, so that means people are flocking to safety away from the dollar. A really big indicator for us, I think, is going to be what gold does. If you take a look at gold, it's had this huge retrace and it's reached back up to this level. I think if gold can actually clear this level, it means that gold's actually really bullish, which is another indicator of how people and the perception of people are in general, just the entire mass retail public. Lastly, we'll talk about the stock market here for a moment. The Dow Jones is up over 800 points this morning, with the rest of the market up as well, including the SPX and the NDX. Yesterday, Jerome Powell went on to the television show 60 Minutes and answered a series of questions regarding how long it will take for the economy to recover. Does the Federal Reserve have unlimited tools and resources? And does Jerome Powell pay attention to the stock market? In the end, the answers were yes, he pays attention to the stock market. The Federal Reserve has unlimited tools, and it could be late 2021 until we start seeing a recovery in the actual real economy, but he doesn't really know. In regards to his answers for yes, we have unlimited tools, he sounded very confident in that. In regards to his answers on when will the economy really recover, his answers were not so optimistic. So just from a psychological reading of somebody, what do you take from that, right? For me, I take from that, hey, he's saying he has unlimited tools and they're going to help the stock market and they'll throw everything in the kitchen sink at the stock market, but they have no clue what's going to happen with the real economy. And I think that's what the stock market also took that as. They will be saved. There's no telling what's going to happen to the real economy, but at least for investors, they're going to be okay. So yeah, that's going to cover the start of our week, guys. The stock market is way up. The total altcoin market cap chart on the weekly time frame has broken above all of those moving averages, which have converged together. And I did post this yesterday over here on my Twitter page right here. So if you guys want to follow me on Twitter, you can right here at BCBacker. As for Bitcoin, we're just looking to see when is this range actually just going to play out for itself. So we're all just kind of in a sit on our hands moment. And of course, we're wanting to see that those altcoins do break out above the 0.702 Fibonacci retracement level. And then just for that added mental security, getting above that 0.786. So we need to see the altcoins break above a $93 billion market cap and then a $100 billion market cap. That $100 billion is kind of a psychological level. So if we get above that, that would be really optimistic for this market. So, hey, I'm going to go ahead and wrap this up for you guys. I want to thank you all so much for watching. I really appreciate it. If you could, please give this video a thumbs up. I always check it. It always means a lot to me. Give it a like, please. If you're not subscribed to my channel, please subscribe so that way you can be notified of when I create new content and when I go live. If you haven't hit that notification bell yet, please hit that so that way you can be notified of when my videos do come out. I do know sometimes people don't get the notifications, so please make sure you have that notification bell checked. As always, this is not investment advice and I am not a financial advisor. But if you ever need a pick me up or a little bit of reassurance, just remember that the blockchain backers got your back. Have a good one.